Hi guys, I'm going to do some more reading from Mrs.Master is a Disaster. We left off on chapter 5 where they decided that they were going to name their invention Party Pooper. The chapter's called You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet. The next morning, the weirdest thing in the history of the world happened. Mr. Cooper came running into the classroom. Well, that's not the weird part. Mr. Cooper comes running into the classroom every morning. The weird part was that he came running into the classroom with a toilet seat over his head. You don't see that every day. Mr. Cooper thinks he's a superhero, but he's not a very good one because he tripped over somebody's backpack and almost slammed his head into his own desk. "No worries," he said, jumping up off the floor. "I'm okay." Here he is. At that moment, Mrs. Master rolled into the class on her hoverboard lawnmower. "I see you finished the Party Pooper prototype," she said to Mr. Cooper. "Yup," he replied. "Isn't it a beauty? I made it with my own hands." Big deal. It would be a lot harder to make a toilet seat with somebody else's hands. We all gathered around to see the Party Pooper prototype. It was beautiful. I think it's safe to say it was the most beautiful toilet seat I had ever seen. And believe me, I've seen a lot of toilet seats in my time. At that moment, Mr. Klutz came into the class. He was followed by a whole bunch of our teachers. Our librarian, Mrs. Rupee, the computer teacher, Mrs. Yonkers, the art teacher, Miss Hannah, and the school counselor, Dr. Brad. Our class was swarming with teachers. "We heard about your new toilet seat," Mr. Klutz said excitedly. We want to see it." "It looks like a plain old toilet seat to me," said Mrs. Rupee. "Ah, but it's different," said Mrs. Master as she unrolled a cord attached to the toilet seat and plugged it into an electric outlet. "Here, touch it." Mrs. Rupee put her hand on the toilet seat. "Ooh, it's warm and toasty," she said. "Hey," I shouted, "maybe people could use it to make toast." Yikes. "Nobody is going to make toast on a toilet seat, dumbhead," said Andrea. "Oh, snap," said Ryan. I was going to say something mean to Andrea, but I didn't have a chance. "Check this out," said Mr. Cooper. "Turn off the lights in the room, please." Somebody flipped the switch. Everything went black, except for the toilet seat, which gave off a soft blue light. "It glows in the dark," said Mrs. Master, "so you can find it at night without turning the lights on." "Cool!" yelled all the teachers. "And it smells nice too," added Mr. Cooper. "The heating element inside the toilet seat activates a floral scent. It will make people feel like they're pooping in a fragrant forest." Sorry, I have to find my spot. Who wants to poop in the forest? I'd rather poop in a bathroom. I bet even bears would rather poop in a bathroom than a forest. "It's amazing," said Miss Hannah. "You ain't seen nothing yet," said Mr. Cooper as he waved his hand in front of the toilet seat. "Listen to this." "My name is Party Pooper," the toilet seat said in a computery voice. "I'm your friend." "Your toilet seat talks?" asked Mr. Brad, or Dr. Brad. "It does more than just talk," said Mr. Cooper. "I worked with our computer teacher, Mrs. Yonkers, on this part. We put a motion detector and a computer chip in a Party Pooper. When it senses there's a person nearby, it will have a little conversation with you to keep you company while you're in the bathroom. Go ahead, try it." "Hello, Party Pooper," said Mr. Klutz. "Nice weather we're having, isn't it?" "Lovely," said the toilet seat. "Why don't you sit down? How is your day going?" It's a hard day," Mr. Klutz told the toilet seat. "Tell me about your hard day," said Party Pooper. "Oh, I had another fight with Dr. Carbles, the president of the Board of Education," Mr. Klutz replied. "He doesn't like me very much." "And how does that make you feel?" asked Party Pooper. "Terrible," said Mr. Klutz. "I am sorry you had a fight," said Party Pooper. Perhaps things will turn out better tomorrow. See, said Mrs. Master, the toilet seat uses artificial intelligence, so it sounds just like a real counselor. I feel better already, said Mr. Klutz. Dr. Brad, our school counselor, didn't look very happy. Why do you think he wasn't very happy? Wait a minute, he said. So this thing can help you with your personal problems while you're in the bathroom? That's right, said Mrs. Master. Dr. Brad sighed and made his way towards the door. I guess you won't be needing me anymore, he said. I figured I might lose my job someday, but I never thought I'd be replaced by a toilet seat. Next chapter is chapter 6, My Genius Plan. We'll see you later. I miss you all.